and we'll introduce everyone.
Okay.
Let's formally start. Welcome to the annual Service Area Committee meeting. Today is Tuesday, June 9th. It is now 12:36 p.m. I am Alex Georgiadis, Director of Service Areas. Beside me is Service Area Administrator Delise Rodriguez. Joining us online is Jacob Waddle, General Manager. We don't have anyone from the committee joining us online. Here in person, we do have committee members joining us. We have Rod Sanford, we have Smithy Snipes, and we have Kim Keating. Welcome to all. We also have an application submitted for Natalie Hall. Moving right into the meeting, a formal introduction for the committee members for the new year. Once again, we will be having Natalie Hall, Kim Keating, Rod Sanford, and Smithy Snipes.
All right.
Next order of business will be to nominate a chair and a vice chair for the committee. Do we have a nomination for chair of the committee?
Smitty.
Yeah, I nominate Smitty for the.
We have a nomination and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Excellent. And for vice chair, do we have a nomination?
I personally think it should be Rod because he's the only one left with me on here. We're the last people standing from the original committee. So,
Do we have a second?
Aye.
All in favor?
aye.
Excellent. Just a reminder, with your applications online was a code of conduct that'll be sent out to you for email signature just to return. And the dates for the quarterly meetings were also published with the application. But again, we'll publish that ahead of time as well.
Okay.
Anything else on annual?
Their emails, Ms. Keating will get a town hall email for all communication.
All, yeah, committee members will have the town hall email, and part of the code of conduct, also, I think mentioned that there's all communication business matters will be done through the town hall emails, not private emails.
Oh, okay. So I'll have my personal email.
They'll give you Kim at town hall.
Nicey. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
All right, so this will conclude the meeting. Could I have a motion to adjourn the annual meeting?
Yeah. Motion.
Adjourn.
Quarterly. A motion to adjourn?
Yes.
Kim, and second?
Second.
This concludes our annual meeting. We will roll right into the quarterly meeting. Welcome to the second quarter Service Area Committee meeting for Academy Row and Meeting House Green. Today is Tuesday, June 9th. It is now 12:38 p.m. I'm Alex Georgiadis, Service Area Director. Beside me is Service Area Administrator Delise Rodriguez. Online joining us is Jacob Waddle, General Manager. Joining us in person, we have Smithy Snipes, Rod Sanford, correct?
Like the city.
That's it. And Kim Keating. Welcome all to the meeting. And we'll get started. Sure.
We have quorum.
We do have quorum for the meeting,
Oh,
so
perfect.
we can have a,
We vote on things.
yes.
It's been a while.
So.
I vote
motion
we all
to
go on
call the meeting to
vacation.
order.
Perfect.
We have a motion to call the meeting to order.
Yes. Call the meeting to order. Motion.
Second,
Aye.
and all in favor?
Aye.
Excellent. Rolling right into business. We'll jump into the financials, just high level overview. As of the end of April, cash in the operating account, $168,000. Funds in the reserve funds, $879,000. Our monthly budgeted expenses are just shy of $12,000, so ratio in our operating is very healthy. We did move forward with the investments that we had spoke about with Ray. Any renewals come about, we'll just advise you ahead of time and how to proceed with those. If we want to go 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, go ahead.
Who's Ray?
Ray's the finance manager, couldn't join us today. He has jury duty, but if you have finance specific questions, we can get those over to him and.
Is he finance manager for all of Celebration?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I do have one question. Did we, because we had operating reserves that were, we're putting in monthly. And then there was a second set of operating that was kind of just sitting in a savings account that wasn't really gaining any interest. We were going to move that into CDs. Is that what moved?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I'll get the details of
So-
what was the breakdown, what was deposited.
This is your latest breakdown that was sent with the management report.
Okay.
If any other changes have been made, Ray will make those available to you as he gets them prepared for.
So see, that's That's the 606. So there's 200 and,
Yeah. So this was as of April 30. So that's the latest report that was available.
oh, so the next one will
So
come out
next
and it'll
one
say
you'll
the
see
800.
them in there. Mhm.
So basically what happens, Kim, since you're new to this, is we kind of set up this rotating, basically a ladder of CDs that every month we put money in, every month a CD comes due, and if we don't need it, we just keep rolling it for a year at a time so that we have that money making interest for us.
So can I just ask a question?
Of course.
Why are we doing CDs or like, have you guys looked into savings accounts that are the same percentage?
We are, I think, limited on the banks we can use, right? There's
Yeah, so relationships, we have existing relationships with banks, so starting something new is the limitation.
Oh, do we have a relationship with Truist?
I believe it's Citizens Bank, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, is that,
Yeah,
Prola
we
has
do
a
have a
relationship with tourists.
We
Are
do,
they?
but they're just not a, we do have a relationship with Truist. They're just not a partner bank with the association's management company, so it doesn't work in the banking system, but you can still have additional accounts. Typically, one thing we always do preface though is that any high yield savings account or savings account interest rates that may be available in that are visible from an individual or homeowner level are not always available for an HOA account. So that's why most of the time the investments are either in CDs or CDARS. And those are evaluated typically upon renewal with the, 18 associations that Ray manages here in Celebration. He's always looking at them, especially with the CROAs and the Kanoa's accounts as well, as they have a larger amount. So they're always trying to transfer over or look at where the best rates are.
Jacob, do we have the ability to buy T-bills?
Treasury bills? I think you do. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so that's something we may want to look at in the future because sometimes the interest rate's better on those.
so like with Truist, and I don't know if we could do anything, but the operating cash of 168,000, you could, oh, I don't know this, but I know I have an account with Truist. You can, I'm getting 3.5% with a debit card and checking checks.
Oh.
So could we move the operating, our operating cash into something like an interest bearing account?
I mean, it'd be great if we could. We should certainly have Ray check into that if that's possible.
Send the request into the email and Ray will look it over and let you know
Yeah.
what we can do.
I love that idea.
Okay. Yeah, that's a few hundred every month,
Exactly.
maybe close to 500.
Send him an email.
Excellent. Any other input on financials?
Yes.
Mhm.
Can I get, can we, I don't know if we all have it, or can we get a set of like balance sheet, income statement?
Yeah, you would get that every month as part of being.
So going forward, I'll get that. Okay, awesome.
This
And-
report right here, gets sent every month to the committee and we upload it to Ceranet for the homeowners to have access to it as well.
Oh, I've never,
Delise, do you mind scrolling back down a little bit so she can kind of see line items, how it works on this? So it'll give you all the line items.
does it show the
Your line
reserve
item.
schedule too?
No, that's separate. There's another thing that we'll have that. But
you
this will
get that.
give you like everything, what we're spending every month, how much has been spent.
I see.
Yep. And then there's a reserve. We're getting a new reserve study this year, right?
I think it's the next year.
So next year?
It is.
27.
So I have the old one. I can send it. Right, I'll send it to you too if you don't have it. It's from quite a few years ago, but it says like, in 2035, we're
Yeah.
doing this in 20 this.
Who does the reserve schedule?
It's
Reserve-
done by some,
Reserve
Go ahead, Jacob.
advisors, your last reserve study was done in fall of 2024, and we do them every 3 years. So it'll be fall of next year
perfect.
with
Who
a
does
30-year
that?
plan. The
You said it
Reserve
was
Advisors is the company.
Reserve advisors, okay.
Okay,
Great. Any other input, financial?
I don't think so.
Excellent. Moving on, service area related items. Run right into plant upgrades. We're in the process of doing some more plant upgrades, just spot infills, pentas, smaller shrub replacements, that sort of thing. We have some larger expense items still on the table, sod replacement and jasmine replacement. Still on hold at the moment. If we have any input or direction on moving forward.
I have some input.
Sure.
Go ahead.
That's okay.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. That's what we're all here for.
Okay. So George, our landscaper, replaced sod on Mulberry. Well, I forget when it was, but it immediately had patches that were starting to fail, if I remember correctly. And Smitty contacted George, and before new sod was supposed to be placed on campus, I thought George committed to fixing the sod on Mulberry.
Yeah, that was,
Call that
I
conversation?
do recall that. That was like a year and a half ago or somewhere around there.
Right, well, we never got new sod.
I know, and Rogers mentioned there's a section that's dead.
No, the sod, something is going on with the sod, like, I don't know if it's got chintz bugs or something, okay. Ever since the water was turned off, it suddenly took a very bad turn. Sod's not looking good. I have photos on my phone. I don't know if you guys can put them up on the screen if you even want to look at them right now. But the sod is not looking good on Mulberry in many sections.
I know one easement I saw, 621, and is that what you're saying, around 621 was it?
No, that 623 is bad, 621 is bad. My 627 is not great, but it's primarily due to me walking on it a lot.
Okay.
So like when I'm done with my project, I was gonna replace that myself.
Okay,
But 629, it looks like something has recently started to happen. It's all up and down Mulberry. There's a lot of bad places. I don't know if anyone wants to see photos.
I know Alex walks it quite a
yeah,
bit.
I mean, I pointed out 621, that easement there. The problem is with any canopy there, we get shade, and then George will say if there's shade, we can't guarantee the sod.
Okay, there is special sod, St. Augustine, made for, shade
Low light.
areas. So I think personally that it's more of a fertilizing problem. Without a doubt. I think the sod, and I'm not really an expert on this, but I think there could be some rust or brown, the brown spot. I think it's called rust. Maybe that's going on, but there's definitely some bad things going on with the sod. Can I show you guys?
Yeah, show Alex over there.
Okay, let me see if I can get them.
You know, the thing we might want to do too
Can I
before,
show you this?
Yeah, that's what I've seen.
Denise, I don't know if you guys all want to see.
oh yeah, there you go.
I don't know, but that's one. There's another.
Mhm.
Whoops. Another. This sod is in very bad shape.
And this is new sod?
Like a year and a half old, yeah.
I paid for it a little bit ago, but it's really up to them isn't he fertilizing?
I don't know.
Supposed to,
Yeah,
Okay, so he's responsible for fertilizing, irrigation, and sod. He's got the trifecta there. So that lawn should be perfect because he can't point the finger at anybody else.
He will point the finger and say that we have to trim the trees and pay him money to trim branches from trees to allow sun to come in.
why don't we just put that other, I think we should do two things. One, first of all, let's leave Mulberry a mess for forever. No. No, I think we should probably test the soil or something to see if there's something wrong with the,
Chintz bugs or something.
exactly.
I'm 99% sure that this is fertilizer related,
Mhm.
and I never see them out there doing fertilizer. I don't see them spraying.
They don't do fertilizer on my street either, so they definitely
They
need.
should have a schedule, will give us the dates that they've been there and they will be there and stay on top.
So then after we test the soil, if nothing's wrong, then we should replace it, but maybe with this kind that's shade resistant.
It's a Citra Blue, yeah. that's-
Yeah, the Citra Blue would be great. That way you
Well,
guys.
he should have put that down to begin with, if that's the case. I mean, he's the one buying the sod. He knows there's branches there, and,
I agree.
I like George a lot, so don't get me wrong. I think he's a great guy. I think he's the right guy for the project. But, you can't say, oh, I put the wrong sod down and that's why it doesn't grow, He's
Yeah, because we like the shade from the trees.
My experience, that'll be a response, but let me reach out.
Okay.
Because then,
Okay. Well, once we do get new sod and pay for that again, and it's really like throwing money out the window, I do believe this is a fertilizer problem.
Even on campus, that's brand new side.
Yeah, we got brand new side. I'm having trouble with, either they switched to new machines or something. The tires are heavy. I'm getting tire tracks on.
Got tire tracks all over the place on Mulberry.
Yeah, so they must have switched to new lawnmowers that are heavier.
He insists he hasn't. We asked, because after that, I followed up with him and he
Yeah.
insists it's the same machines.
But then they got fat people driving them.
Yeah. Some understanding, I mean, what changed, what's the,
Okay, so if you ever go out to Georgetown,
Hmm.
their grass is phenomenal.
That's United.
It is
There's just-
gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous grass, always. They
in the
just
sun
don't.
though, or in the shade?
Well, it is in the sun,
That'll
but
be-
campus doesn't have trees. You're all sun.
Yeah, we got a lot of shade here and there, but, yeah,
A lot of trees between the road and the sidewalk, do you?
we got 18.
Oh,
Yeah, we got 18. So no, United does do a great job at Georgetown, but they also are the ones who do CDD and they do terrible for CDD.
Hmm.
So it's interesting that like they do. So I've always wondered that. So I don't know if Georgetown's getting something else, but theirs does look great. I know what you mean. I got a couple of friends that live with it.
CDD, for instance, will be allowed under the trees and easements, right? Shade. That's always the argument, I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm trying to give you what I would hear from them.
Sure.
Whereas, in Georgetown, it's wide open in the sun.
Yeah, yeah.
just a thought, if we do have rust there or brown spot or brown patch or whatever it's called, that is coming, like they could be getting that, because I've never seen that on Mulberry before. This is a new problem. And my understanding is, and I'm by no means an expert, but it's coming from other yards that have brown spot. And I actually see brown spot, if this is brown spot or whatever you call it. I see a lot of these patches in Celebration right now. But if you mow a lawn and it has brown spot, I don't know if it's a fungus or something, it gets on the blades, but if they're not cleaning the blades and then they come,
Share
and
it.
spread it every.
It's interesting she says that because when I first lived in Celebration, when it was first developed by Disney, they would only allow the mowers to mow in Celebration, nowhere else.
Interesting.
And that way you wouldn't spread anything.
Yeah.
And so they hired specific mowers with specific, and the machine could only mow the grass in Celebration.
Yeah.
And it looked perfect. But I know these landscapers now mow all over, so that's part of it. I do think there is an issue. You guys have an issue. We have one at the end of campus, but that one's not George's fault. On Halloween, that was sod we put in 2 years ago, and then I waited to put in the sod till after Halloween on this one. So you can see the new sod all looks perfect, and the old sod just got trampled at Halloween, and it is nothing but dirt. So we talked about this year maybe putting up a barrier fence down the sidewalk, so they have to walk the sidewalk.
They also have to weed and feed, like if they could nurse it back to health with proper weeding and feeding.
Yeah.
We got a lot of weeds on Mulberry right now.
Made a note of that on the list.
Yeah, so I think definitely we need to know what their fertilizing schedule is. I've never seen them fertilize, I didn't even know that was part of our plan, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they don't come out there and spray whatever they're supposed to be spraying to fertilize.
Okay.
They do a good job on the other stuff, but I've never seen them do that.
I think they're good guys.
Yeah, I like them.
May I make another suggestion?
Sure.
This is just my personal opinion because I am a contractor.
Mhm.
So whenever I hire a sub, they have to actually report back in to me, my subs.
Mhm.
And say they'll do a task. We go out and supervise and make sure it's done correctly before we all move on. So if they fertilize, if they were to tell the committee and
Oh, yeah.
be on the
Time when
committee,
expected, we'll have a look out for it.
Yeah, because I'm there all the time. I could go outside.
you could go out and say, okay, yes, this was done correctly, we need to know when it's gonna happen, and then after it's happened, and had we done that on the paint job, I tried, I wasn't on the committee, but I did offer you guys a lot of input, but
Yeah,
paint job was a disaster.
that was not under him.
Except for you,
That was pre him.
That's great.
Yeah,
that was a disaster, not one tube of caulk was used on Mulberry, not one tube of caulk, and caulk's more important than paint, in
Correct,
all honesty. But I think when we have projects, we should be supervising the projects more closely and not just let a subcontractor go in, go out, nobody's inspecting the work, nobody's checking steps to make sure things were done correctly.
I can tell you that since everything's changed over to Alex, he walks our property quite a bit and sends photos, updates all the time. Yep, and which has been very helpful, very helpful.
And then input from the committee helps me a lot to concentrate on certain areas. Hey, take a look at this, look at this.
Yeah.
You know, that helps tremendously. So
That's
that
good.
feedback is huge.
Yep.
Good.
So moving forward on this grass, do you think, because I know we got a couple projects that need to be done, should we try weed and feed for a while? and see
Yeah,
if
we should recover what we have, of course.
Okay, so-
They're supposed to be fertilizing and I doubt they fertilized in quite a while.
Yeah.
I remember they did fertilize one time a long time ago.
Brad, have you ever seen them do it? Because I just haven't.
I've seen them, but I can't say I've seen them do it every year.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I would think they should be doing it like once a month or,
I think
Quarterly
it's-
something, I mean. I don't know
Yeah.
what the
I
schedule-
think fertilizing's every,
It's in the
at least
contract intent.
once every 3 months.
yeah, so if you could check the contract, that'd be great. And then we'll know. And then we need to get a schedule from them when they're coming and we'll see that. So maybe we weed and feed there. I know we have on the schedule to redo the Jasmine. Go ahead.
It's weed and feed, there's a good chance there's chintz bugs there.
Mhm.
And I don't know that for a fact. Somebody like an expert's gotta go out and look, and then possibly the brown spot or the rust.
But that's part of pesticide
They're all separate,
applications, yeah.
yeah, 3 different applications. One is for the rust spot, one is for the chintz bugs, and then one is weed and feed.
So on the agenda though, do we have a price on that Jasmine to redo around the trees? Because I'd rather get that done before school starts so that it's got time to live in there and the kids don't immediately kick it up. Yeah.
Close up, because we had the Confederate and we had the Asiatic. Have we made any decisions which way we want to go? Do an alternate or go with one?
I mean, I love the smell of the Confederate, but I like the height and the kind of proper look of the Asiatic.
The Asiatic jasmine is the more traditional, like sharper looking jasmine. The Confederate is what you see in the park up on Long Meadow. It's a little bushier, gets a little white flowers, it's fragrant, different look. But what you have is a formal the Asiatic jasmine.
Go with the Adrian, go with that one.
The Asiatic? Yeah, that's what we tried before and it got kind of kicked up and stuff. So they need to dig it in the ground deeper this time. It was just like laying on the ground.
Jasmine on mulberry is, yeah,
The roots are coming out, right?
it's hard with the roots, with the tree roots. Lot of
Yeah.
roots right there.
So maybe put some more dirt on there or something, but I think Asiatic. I love the smell of the Confederate though. Man, that stuff smells so good. Smells like
But
Like
it's good for like
honeysuckle.
6 weeks. But it is good.
It is. It's nice.
Let me just see, pull up the price difference. So there's gonna be a price difference between also the Asiatic has to be planted more densely, closer together. Whereas the Confederate could be spread, further apart. So there's a price difference.
I
on
think
that.
the Asiatic was like 16 or 15 something.
If we can also just make sure that the irrigation is working,
Of course.
they put
and
the plants.
Well, the good news is too, and we should plan this every year, when there's a drought, they make you turn off the irrigation. But if you plant a new plant, you can irrigate every day. That's the workaround.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. So if we just plan to plant something new every year around that time, we can get around the law and irrigate like on our normal schedule.
Right now, is it all shut down now?
We're
I
in the
think
middle
yours-
of one, but Smithy has a point. We always have new plant material installed, so we have a workaround.
Right,
There's 2 workarounds. So that's one, if you plant something new. The other is if you water it with a hose, you can water it as much as you want.
that's a lot of work.
That's a lot of
Well,
work.
homeowners, different source of water, yeah.
And that's not
Reclaimed water is-
irrigation.
Sir,
That's not reclaimed water, that's main
Bottom,
water
yep.
supply coming from somebody's house.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, we could get everything back get the Asiatic planted deeper and get the regular schedule back on.
all right, I'll circulate the quotes for the jasmine. There's about $15,000 for the jasmine.
Holy
Yeah.
shit,
It's a lot.
For both mulberry and campus. That's the problem with the
it's
jasmine.
insane.
It's a lot.
How many trees do we have?
You got 18 on campus and you have, I think, or 9 on Mulberry, right? Is that right?
There's more.
Lot.
There's more than that.
Let's do a count.
It takes about,
Let's find out how much per tree this is.
I counted it, so you almost need 80 of those cartons per tree. And each carton,
Thingies?
and each one right now is about $9.
$12.50,
Really?
Oh, $12.50 now, yeah.
Where?
George.
Oh, could we get them cheaper if they're cheaper?
They do like an install price on these, all the,
Oh, that's $12.50 installed.
yeah. I can always ask him
All right.
discount.
Do you mind if I call my landscape supply company and just see what
Not at all.
cost is? And does George have to do all the planting if he's expensive?
No, I mean.
No, we can do whoever.
Because this is big work.
So just an FYI, that is 80 times 12, $1,000 a tree.
Yeah,
That's a lot for jasmine.
yeah.
That's outrageously expensive for jasmine. I can't imagine, but I mean, maybe it's a real price, but that just sounds outrageous.
Call your guy. If he's cheaper, maybe we just do that.
Yeah, you've been getting away from it.
Asiatic.
Asiatic jasmine, yeah.
It might be good, Kim, to know what the count was on the amount, because I know that that bid, they were planted almost on top of each other. So it's one of those, know what the count, the planting count was per tree, because otherwise your bids,
Yeah,
price will
I
be
think it's
different. if it
80
was
per
a-
tree.
Was it 80 per tree? Yeah, so I knew it was a
Yeah,
pretty
somewhere around
high.
there.
It's a very dense amount, which is good, but that's a big consideration.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Okay, I could call now or I could call
No,
later.
I'll see the quote.
Call him later.
Okay.
We'll see, and then we can vote on it over the email, and then you just send in your,
Love it.
yeah, makes it easy.
Can I make one more suggestion?
Sure.
Landscaping.
Mhm.
So the other day, 623 Mulberry.
I think I got it on the agenda.
Oh,
Good.
do you mind if
Go
I
ahead,
discuss?
go ahead.
623 Mulberry said they were doing pool work in their backyard and they broke a pipe. Our irrigation pipes are running through all of the backyard courtyards parallel to the townhomes.
Mhm.
And so they said whenever the irrigation comes on, that their yard is getting water in the back there.
Mhm.
So they called George. George came out and looked at it. I saw George there
Yeah.
looking at it. I don't know exactly what happened, but then the next thing I know, their contractor, this guy Rolando, came and was messing with the irrigation box and left it open with all the wires exposed. But I saw he was like pushing all the buttons and doing all sorts of stuff inside the irrigation box. I saw him and I said, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "Oh, George gave me permission." I thought that was the truth. And then I was asking him, "What's your problem?" And he said, "There's a valve in their courtyard that's hooked up to that irrigation box."
Mhm.
And I said, "Okay, your solution is cut that valve out, cut the pipe, coupling with a new piece of pipe, boom, you're done." Because you should not be having a valve running your backyard that's on that irrigation system.
Well, are we sure about that?
So George responded and said they had a broken line beneath the AC unit and they had their own technician repair it and cap it. That was the response back
Hopefully he
from
did.
George.
We'll see. I know that, and you bring up a good point, because there have been a couple of houses on Mulberry that somehow got tied into the entire townhouse system of water. And so anytime it would irrigate what we're responsible for as a service area, it would also irrigate those individuals' yards. And so they were getting free water from us. And so I don't know.
Market should be on the homeowner.
I think they.
Yeah, yeah.
Are on the homeowner.
So, well, I mean, this may be a leftover pipe, though, is what I'm saying. This,
Oh, right. So regardless, though, this guy Rolando left the irrigation box open, exposed with all the wires exposed to the rain and had the system turned off.
Mhm.
So when I saw that, I sent a note to George. I did not.
he copied me.
The first time,
Okay.
the first time I just contacted George and said, "You gotta come fix this."
Mhm.
He said that was like on a Sunday and I had saw that it was offline for several days. They came out on Tuesday and fixed it. George says he fixed it on Tuesday. Friday, the irrigation box is open again. Oh, and in addition to that, the first time, they shut off the water at the valve at the street and then never turned it back on. So the valve that's in the ground there, yeah, so they never turned, the guy the first time never turned that water back on. So
That's the contractor, right?
while.
Yeah, the contractor.
The contractor did that. So then
We
they
have
came on
any-
Tuesday and fixed it.
Mhm.
But then was it Saturday? I was out on Saturday and saw that the box was open again, wires exposed again. I sent a picture to Smitty and the irrigation box was shut to off. So it wasn't even running.
So we got an issue with a contractor that shouldn't be touching
Right.
service area, that's equipment. It doesn't have a lock on that particular box.
It's
correct?
located in the courtyard? or where's
Okay, it
located?
is located on the side of building 625 Mulberry.
Mhm.
So I'm
In the
627 Mulberry. And so we have, there's like a walkway between us.
Mhm.
And so we have people's electrical, the
Mhm.
irrigation box is there.
Oh, it's a CDD easement there? Is that?
No, it's a,
Just a walkway?
I think it's just a walk.
It's just
Oh,
a
just between
walkway.
two buildings, got it.
Yeah, yeah.
He owns half of the walkway, I own half of the walkway. But when you're in a townhome, all the electricals on one side of the building, so like we've got Smart City, electrical. And then they've put this irrigation box there.
But that should have a lock on it. Like we should have a lockbox irrigation that the,
We run into this issue where the box is mounted on somebody's home, so they technically own it. It's not just ours, it's a whole ownership issue.
And what are they doing at this unit?
Oh,
That's my question, so has it been remedied since?
So the contractor's doing stuff, but what is the unit owner doing?
he was putting pavers in his backyard
Okay,
around his pool. And then he did a lot, he built a little, you know, the back porches that people have?
Mhm.
He enclosed his back porch
Okay.
and the AC was right there.
Hmm.
I know the contractor, he works under somebody's license. He's not actually licensed himself. But,
Has a problem been fixed or is it still an issue?
well, I think the box keeps getting open, so we just need to come up with a solution for it to not open. And yes, I see your point. The homeowner does own that, but if it's part of the service area, then we own that, right? So,
That we could lock the box, people will pry it open, and then putting a lock on the box is something I've learned we cannot do. That's,
but like the rain, like on my street, the Rainbird has like a key. It's built into the box.
yeah, those I'll just break them open.
Oh, wow.
Those will find broken.
okay, so
But I guess my question is, why do they keep opening it? I mean, they're not vandalizing it. They're doing.
No,
they're
it
doing
makes their work.
functional reason.
Correct. And
That's
then-
what we need to
and
find
they're
out.
knowledgeable
Let's get that
about
taken
work.
care of, and then they'll stop. fucking with
Yeah,
it.
so maybe we talk to
Well, they
the,
shouldn't be touching the box. They should coordinate the work with us. So we can
Exactly.
accommodate them.
But they're doing it for some functional repair, whatever reason.
Yeah.
And that, what I'm saying?
yes, they're
That's,
trying to fix that leak in the back of the yard. I don't know if it's been fixed or not.
right. So let's try to work with the
owner.
to
Let me reach
get
out to
that,
623 then. Okay.
and
Yeah.
then he won't have a reason to.
to open the box.
Need
mess
his
with the
phone
box.
number, I have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. Get on mine.
All right, what's next on the list?
Okay.
May I make
Good.
one more suggestion? I apologize.
No.
This is, since we're talking landscaper, George. Okay, so when this guy Rolando was in that box, he's like, oh, there's 22 different zones. What zone is this? What zone is that? I believe our committee does, and you do not have what all those zones are. So I saw George on Sunday. He came out this past Sunday to see what was going on with the valve and the irrigation box and all that. And so I mentioned to him, hey, Rolando said there's 22 zones in here. We need to know what the zones are. And he said, oh, I've got that. I'll provide that. So we need to ask George for
Mapping.
like a list.
Yeah, like a down plan or some kind of zone map so that you guys would know if we ever switch landscapers, where the new ones are, right? Kind of like we do on colors for houses and stuff.
Sure. And so if we know like where the valves are located and what each zone, which area each zone does. And I feel like I would like to have that list for Mulberry, just because I'm on Mulberry and I'm always like out walking and stuff.
Yeah, we actually had an idea of maybe even installing it down the box, but we don't want to publish that information because then people will get ideas.
Installing the what?
A mapping, just a list, a master list showing zone one is this, zone two is here. Then people go in and they start tampering with them even more. So
Oh, yeah,
if
yeah.
they're unaware of it. It's somewhat of a.
No, don't
But if you guys have it,
show
Oh, for sure,
anybody.
for
It
sure.
should just be kept in a file somewhere.
Correct, yeah.
But like, I'll be honest, the other day, the George's team broke one of the sprinkler heads
Mm.
between the road and the sidewalk, you know? And so we just repaired it ourselves.
Mm.
We had to shut off the water and stuff like that. So like, then they broke it again the following week. So then I said, you guys fix it this time. But, and they did.
Mm.
But, what's my point? It's nice to know where everything is, like, I don't know. I was just trying to get that pipe up and running because it was a gusher
Yeah,
and I
Maybe
didn't
we'll
want to
shut it
leave
down.
it like that.
I agree. Management and committee members, some people who actually live there should have knowledge on that.
Yeah.
of what it is, yeah.
Agreed.
Let's move on to the next thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm now done.
Landscaping, anything else input on that one?
No, yeah, I mean, we had a couple more bids out for landscaping. One was to do, extended drainage pipes from the houses. Personally have not seen this year the mulch fall off.
Good.
So I don't think we need to spend that 100 grand on that. The other one was for the back alleyways, right? And in the back alleyways, Rod may remember this, Ken, this will probably be new to you. In the back alleyways, you know, everybody puts their trash can out, the yards get trashed in the back. People try to drive their cars through and they trash the little sections in the middle. So we had gotten a quote before for moving some of those center sections to artificial turf and or granite, some little like granite stones that are in there. And then where people put their trash cans, actually putting some turf down so that it doesn't make mud everywhere. And I can't remember what that quote was, but it was on up there.
That was substantial. I'll share it again, since we have a new committee, we'll share those quotes. Again, it's just, we had some questions on that, durability and how long it'll expect it to last, with cars running over it. that
Yeah.
sort of thing.
So I mean,
Run over artificial turf, it's gonna wear down.
pretty quick.
Yeah.
So Casey and Judy put in this nice granite in there.
Yeah.
And it looks great, and that wouldn't wear down. So I had the same concern because, you know, if we put in the artificial grass, then we got to reserve for it in the future, which means we got to up everybody's money. So we might want to talk about putting in the granite stone in those little chunks
Or pavers.
or pavers. I don't know if we can because it's got to be semi-permeable.
You can get,
That's a good point.
pavers that are permeable.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, we can look at that.
And again, cost, I mean, as opposed to something like gravel,
Might be
that's
cheaper.
much cheaper, and then maintenance is just weed, spray.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe something like that. And if you go by and look at theirs looks great. Casey and Judy's. I'll get you a picture, Rod.
Yeah, shoot a picture of which one you're pushing for.
it's fine
Yeah.
on campus.
Yeah, it's like a salt and pepper looking,
Oh, the larger stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it looks good. They dug down about that far in theirs and filled it with stone, so it's pretty deep.
I don't know if we need to do that, but at least put down a liner and then put the stone down, just for, so stones don't
Something.
sink, and it helps
Yeah.
a little bit with the weeds, but you're gonna have localized weeds anyway.
Of course.
Spring, take care of that.
Of course, but I think that's probably the only solution we can do that doesn't cost us in the future. And
Well,
then,
it's maintenance, yeah.
and then the other with the trash cans and stuff, I mean, we can't stop them from putting their trash cans out now, new Florida law, unfortunately. So we've got to,
Yeah,
I
the
guess
cars-
just live with
the
that.
Cars and the trash cans is anti anything out there. Okay, I'm in agreement.
Just a thought on, you had mentioned the project previously, with the gutters and connecting a
The
drain.
drains, yeah.
So 627 Mulberry, where I live, I had a really bad problem of mulch getting washed out, and then the sidewalk was always underwater with the water just sat in the sidewalk.
Mhm.
So my solution was, instead of doing a drain like that, I got a tree stump grinder.
Mhm.
And I ground down the dirt. I had so much buildup of grass between the sidewalk and
Mhm.
that water just pooled in the sidewalk.
There's no path of exit.
Yeah,
Right. So I lowered my grass
Mhm.
and then I planted new sod there and all that, and that fixed the problem.
Okay.
It was nice, but technically, like, all this water should be able to drain out to the street without a whole bunch of assistance.
speaking of that, we do need to get a quote. I just had it done on another street and it was cheap. It was, I think it was $400 for the whole thing done or something, but the drain boxes that we did install on Mulberry and Campus are full of leaves now and they need to be blown out. So that's just unscrewing, blowing, done. So,
Yeah, it's just again, one of those items, technically it wouldn't fall in the service area, so if we want to take it, it would be an additional sort of vote above and beyond typical scope for a service area, because drains would fall under home,
well, these are drains in on the other side,
where easement.
yeah, in the easement.
I mean, any drains in general don't fall. We have gutters, and then even so, when the downspout connects to the drain, where it picks up with the drain, falls under homeowner. Downspouts, gutters, on service area.
But the service area put them in.
Is that the case? Yeah.
Yeah, they put them in 2 years ago, the lease.
That was before the paint project. That was the
Yeah.
special project that got approved.
Yeah,
So
Easement
that,
drains, is that what it is?
yeah. It's just these little boxes.
do they work?
They do help the street quite a bit because we called it Lake Campus for a while. It was just nothing but just, every time it rained, it would just sit on the street. So we put them in and it drains out to the street and it does the job.
Takes from the sidewalk, sends it out to the street?
Correct. So,
To the history on that.
yeah, the lease probably remembers that. I mean, it would have been
On Campus
Prince and Sons.
Mulberry, both
Prince and Sons did it. That's right. That's exactly right.
Campus and Mulberry?
Campus and Mulberry.
Look the history on that.
But the charter is gutter downspout, service area,
Correct. Drains, homeowner.
homeowner.
That's why even this project of installing new drains is,
Special.
we prefer not to, because then we're falling into maintenance in the future. We're gonna add a line item to our budget for annual cleaning of drains now. So that's a concern.
Okay.
So moving on,
Can
okay.
I mention one more landscaping
Sure,
issue?
sure.
Sorry. On Mulberry, I'm sorry, Rod.
You said you were done.
I thought
No,
I
you're not done.
forgot an item. I just remembered.
Goodness gracious.
There's like, we have a lot of mulch built up on some of the townhomes,
Mhm.
like some places it's, 6 inches deep, like higher than not higher than the fence, but it like built
Built.
all the way up on the fence. I don't think it's really proper.
No, it should be,
They need to-
evened out, yeah.
They need to
Before
remove the old
applying.
mulch before they apply new mulch.
Yeah, that is a good point. Like we did 2 mulchings this year, and it looks great. The mulch looks great. But if we do it again, like that doesn't really, that bark doesn't deteriorate fast enough. And they're gonna have to remove it and then put new down the next time.
We have to see if that's in his.
At least grade it out and even it out, because you get accumulation like along the buildings more, and then down where you have runoff, it'll clean out, it'll wash away more.
Yeah,
But you're right.
It-
Should be
it
more
can
prep
look
work
like-
done before new mulch is applied.
It's the excavating, take out the whole.
but not hit the plants, right? That's gonna be,
So what you're saying is remove old and add new?
Well, I mean,
I don't think they gotta do it every
the
year.
next time they go to mulch, they need to, like, I don't know if you ever noticed, Rod, on the wrought iron fence on the side of your house.
Mhm.
Your mulch is like this much into the fence. Like the bottom of the fence is here, the mulch is this high.
Hmm.
And it's a wrought iron with the spigots. It's like
So you just see most of the fence.
about, 6 inches into the fence.
Okay,
It just should be cleaned out, I think.
I agree. That should be part of the prep before we apply another application.
All right, what else we got on our list?
Just going over, we did our flats in the service area. Overall, I got positive feedback. Any comments on the?
Flats look good this time, I thought. Yeah,
Flats?
the sidewalks and the stairs. When they pressure wash the sidewalks and the stairs.
Oh, pressure washing. Yes, nice.
Next item we had was gutter cleaning. We had scheduled for July. Anybody on that?
Yeah, I don't think we need to do gutter clean.
Eat it.
It's one of those things where we fall into sort of a conundrum where service area is obligated to provide, gutter cleaning once per year. Have you spoken with neighbors as well, as far as,
Yes,
that sort of thing?
and that's not true. That's right there in that list if you want to look. The service area is not obligated to provide an annual gutter cleaning.
Okay, if,
It's not in the charter.
if we do gutter cleaning, could you source it out to me as a contractor? And
Not,
I'll
but
give you a nice cheap price and we'll have our annual gutter cleaning if it has to be done.
I don't think we can because you're on the board now, or on the committee.
Okay.
But in the future, we could.
I'll find somebody to source it out to that will be so cheap that,
I would love to move that money from the gutter cleaning to landscaping that we need.
Yeah.
Yeah,
how much did we pay for gutter cleaning last year? 6,000?
it was right around there, ballpark, yeah.
Yeah, so we could probably, if we have to have a gutter cleaning, we can find somebody that can do it for, $250 and then you can reallocate the money.
$250 for what?
Gutter cleaning
For
The
the
entire
whole.
service area?
for Mulberry, yeah, because if it's all in good shape, nothing has to be done. If it's all working properly.
Right, but getting up on every home, third story, back and front,
Yeah, we could price it.
$250?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying hypothetical.
Okay, okay.
I need that guy.
Impressive. All right, so we'll revisit the gutter cleaning, then we'll.
Listen, I'll marry that guy instead of my wife because he'll be much cheaper.
6,000's a lot of money if they're not doing any work.
That's true. That's true. Thank you for reallocating that.
Yeah, we're gonna come back and revisit that one. A couple more items. We have the meet and greet we have scheduled for July 23rd. So just a reminder for everyone, we appreciate you joining us there.
I won't
What
be
is
there
that?
that time. I'll be on
July
vacation.
23rd.
But what's a meet and greet?
All the service areas get together, just share stories, experiences, and it's generally a good time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jacob, you're gonna miss me, I know. I won't be at that one.
I'll be there.
He's writing in the thing. I will attend now.
The last one were you at the last one? You were, Smithy. It was really nice.
It was great. I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yep.
Gonna be here again.
Can I make, all right, I have another suggestion.
Sure.
I apologize. Like, I don't think it's every meeting. I
Sure,
just
sure,
have a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
thoughts
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
I get them out this one meeting. You were talking about pressure washing and the flats and how well it went, and that's good. So the last one time, this is before you,
Mhm.
we, Rosa sent somebody out to pressure wash,
Mm.
but there were no proper procedures on how to pressure wash.
Okay.
The guy sprayed chlorine straight onto our walls. And then we had drip marks coming down. It was, and then, I don't know if that's why we had to paint, but we went right into painting fairly soon after that. But whoever is gonna pressure wash the houses, they cannot put chlorine on the walls.
Okay.
Or if they do something like that, they've got to be
Having to put all that
responsible.
in. I added mileage for each of them because that's usually a big thing.
Hey, Jacob, you.
I'm sorry.
All good, bud.
So it would be a spot application you're saying on the walls, on the building?
Well, I don't think they should be using chlorine on the paint.
They used the time she's talking about, they used, instead of diluting it, they used
Oh, straight.
straight, and it made like a bunch of lines down. Yeah. Yeah, they should have diluted it. but-
So my suggestion is like when we hire a contractor to do anything, we should discuss with him before the job starts. Okay, how do you plan on doing this?
Mhm.
Make sure you can put chlorine up there
Yeah.
or whatever. And kind of go through things with them to make sure we're all on the same page.
Agreed.
Because that came as a real surprise to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it-
Hey, Kim, my suggestion would be if you go on the celebration.fl.us website, I think if you go on the first tab on home, open RFPs, you'll be able to see the last RFP used for the pressure washing. Please review that before we issue, actually, we've already issued and you can provide any commentary on that so we can use it in any future RFP for the scope.
Okay,
Yeah, that would be great.
Sure.
And Jacob, it hadn't happened in the past probably 2 or 3 times. This was this was
Yeah.
like 4 years ago.
I was gathering, yeah, and a lot, just so Kim is aware, a lot of changes have been made as far as, procurement and defining the scope of work in more recent years because of situations that you've outlined right there of, like you said, just unclear or well-defined scope of work.
That's awesome.
All right, next thing.
That's all we have on our side. If you have any other comments or input.
I want to vote to pass that on to CROA because they sent me an email back that said if we vote on this, that they'll bring it up in the CROA meeting. To pass the changes to the service area. This is just bringing the service area charter responsibilities back in line with the charter.
Have you gone through this?
Rod went through it. I've been through it. I tried to send it out to all the committees, but I got an email back on our main thing that said it didn't go, but then I guess somebody said it did, so.
So this yellow one, repair and replace driveways as necessary, there's a question mark?
I can't find enough information on that one, so that's it.
I think that's owner responsibility.
It's supposed to be, but there is some dialogue on it in there
Okay.
in red.
So if it's a red X, what does that mean, Smitty, versus a check mark? Red X versus a check mark?
So in the original, let me see here. Parent was in it. So what I'm saying here is all of this should move to the owner. This is repair and replace any damaged garage door, exterior door, but not garage door openers. This is something that the service area can coordinate, but that's not, see right here, it just says service area can coordinate as requested by owner, but not responsible for the cost. I'm saying just get rid of that whole line.
To make it owner.
Yes, correct.
So
Okay.
if before you vote, just to make it aware, we're happy to, if this is something the committee wants to do, we'll take it up to the board. Before we do any changes to the chart of responsibility as it relates to the connection to the charter, we would seek legal review of it, which would be pinned back to your association. So any of the time that legal takes to review it would be a bill to Academy Row. Just sharing that in case you want to take a little more time as a committee to look at it before moving it forward.
Jacob, wouldn't it be a bill to all service areas since it would affect all service areas?
This would be looking at it for your service area, as each service area committee would need to vote to do this change. Others have received it and discussed it in their quarterly meetings and have not taken action on it.
Well, okay, so here's a couple of things in there that it affects. So it also gives us the ability to not have gutter cleaning if we don't need it, not have pressure washing if we don't need it. It changes a lot of those items in there.
And so for hose, bib, spigot, who's supposed to be responsible? Is it service area or owner?
This is not listed in the charter at all. So that takes the whole thing off.
So do we think it should be owner?
I think this should be service area because it's on the outside of the home.
I
The
don't
way
think it should be.
Of that document is written, service area specifically outlines certain items, and it says outside of those is homeowner, right? Are we in agreement?
That's correct.
Okay, so that would be homeowner in that case, if it's not listed as service area.
So read the little description of their Kim, I'll tell you.
I personally think hose bib should be homeowner responsibility because that's part of the plumbing system and there's the pipe inside the wall. I mean, you go to change,
Yeah, if it goes inside, it's homeowner. If it's stuck to the outside of the house.
yeah, but like to change that hose bib is like you've got to hook it up to the pipe that's in.
That's inside. Maybe that's a shared responsibility then.
I don't know. I think the homeowner should be doing that. Who's responsible for the lights outside?
I did my own, but I would,
Fixture?
yeah, homeowner, yeah.
That's the same, then the hose bib, in my opinion, is the same thing. You've got your electrical wire and then you put up your light. And then for the hose bibs, this is just my opinion, you've got your plumbing coming out of the wall and then you put your finished fixture on there, which is the hose bib.
Let me see where it says.
So I personally would think that is a homeowner.
See what it says, but this is not listed in the charter at all. So it's, to me, that would be,
And I guess what Alex is saying is that the way service areas read, unless we stipulate that it's us, then the default or the presumption is it falls back on the homeowner.
Correct.
correct.
So I agree with that.
All right, so do we want to make a motion to have legal review the document versus the charter responsibilities versus the governing documents?
Well, I still am not understanding this right, so if,
Governing document per service area, so it'd have to.
oh, I got you.
Case,
I got you per service area.
Yeah,
Smitty, why don't we do this? Cause I've had a chance to look at it and I like parts of it. Let's give Kim a chance to review it and ask any questions that she may have, as well as Natalie. I don't know that she.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Because moving forward from here, there's an expense, what they're saying to us. There's an expense involved. So let's make sure we're on two shoes of sure-footed ground, that what we send up there, we're all in agreement on.
I agree.
So,
Yeah, I agree with that.
Sound good, Kim?
so circulate
Yeah.
with the new committee, and then get back to me with some input. We'll take the forward from there.
I just think it's a weird thing because to me, if you look at it, right?
Mhm.
This was originally created by CMCC many years ago, the management company there. And Crolla agreed to it. But did Crolla not look at the thing there for the charter? Like, why was this never reviewed by legal originally? So now my service area, Jacob, is paying for legal to review something that should have been paid for by Crolla in 2001 or 97 or whatever, right? It doesn't, yeah, 96. That's the part that gets me. So now I'm paying a lawyer to go back and do something that was of no fault of ours. That just,
It's a good point.
yeah. So I agree with getting it done, but it just seems like the burden should not be on the service area itself.
So I can say, to my understanding, all of those charter of responsibilities were reviewed by legal when Crow voted on them many moons ago. And then, sorry, that was it.
Yeah, no worries.
And
Can
that
we have that documentation?
when there's any discrepancy with between the charter of responsibility and the charter, our typical direction is to lean towards the charter, because that document does supersede the charter responsibility.
Okay, then the charter language I put in here that lines up to these things is correct?
I won't speak on that until legal reviews it.
Okay. So can we set a limit on how long legal is going to take to review this? Because I've pretty much teed it up for them.
What sort of
Typically,
limit?
no. We do have a contracted hourly rate.
But I mean, how many hours does it take to look at a 10-page document that has exactly where it is in the charter?
I
With
mean,
the language.
by doing that, it does shorten it, and it is with your association's legal counsel that is well versed in the community charters here. So it wouldn't be anything that I'd say is excessive, and they are in my monthly review of our legal bills. There's nothing too excessive. They typically bill it to the quarterly hour as well.
Oh, so we may be talking a couple $1,000.
Yeah, I would imagine it'd be that much, but I think there's some things in here that you and we bubbled up to the surface, like having the latitude regarding like gutter cleaning. Hell, that alone will cover.
Would cover it, yeah. Yeah, that alone would cover it.
So that's a savings of
Thousands there.
yeah, thousands just for the first go round.
So I like this. So I like your suggestion. Let's give Kim time to look at this. We'll give Natalie time to look at it, and then we can come back and make a vote to move forward with that.
Absolutely.
Because I think there's money and time savings in a lot of it that's worthy of. Yeah, let's have this review.
Are garage apartment stairs on here?
That was not, maybe, if it is, whatever's in the charter is in here. If it's not in the charter, it's not in here.
Okay, so if it's not in here, that means that the homeowner is responsible, correct?
Correct.
That's correct. That would be modifications of exterior. Probably.
Any other inputs, question, concern?
Oh, I have 10 more.
Wow.
You should have your email set up by the end.
Okay,
And feel free to shoot out anything else, text, the pictures, anything like that. I can see gonna be very helpful. Shoot me a
Okay,
picture,
yeah.
text, anything you find, and we can address it quickly.
thank you.
I'll email, Ray about that account. They were talking about the checking account, see where we can go with that.
I do have one
Truist.
question. Who's the alleyway? Actually, I have two things. The alleyway, there at the beginning of the alleyway on Sycamore, there's like it's not a pothole,
It's a
but
pothole.
it's a pothole. There's like a big, like a lot of water just collects there and
And it's because we were to understand, I know exactly what you're talking about, that if it's in the alley, it's us. But if it's on Sycamore, that's county. That was my understanding
Let
of.
me see, is it in the alley?
It's in the alley. It's on the alley pavement before you get to just before you get to.
That's CDD. Yeah, that's CDD. So,
Okay, I'm gonna jump in.
Yeah.
Just real quick,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt. I have to step off to prepare for another meeting. But Kim, it's nice to meet you in this way. I know I've talked to you before, but welcome to the committee. And Rod and Smithy, thank you all for your respectful and collaborative conversations today, and how you work respectfully with Delise and Alex. It does go a long way, as they have sometimes difficult and tricky jobs. So it's nice to have people that work well together. And thank you for your time volunteering for your community.
they're a good part of your team, Jacob. A real good part.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Glad to hear.
Yeah, of course.
All right, bye for now.
So,
I
formally conclude, anything else?
have one more question. Who handles like just cars parking up in the alleyway?
In the alleyway?
Yeah,
I can find out.
I know what she's getting at because I had this happen on my street too. So occasionally a homeowner has like their own landscaping or construction company, and they will literally pull in the alley and sit there. Yeah, for like 30, 40 minutes. I had it happen with my daughter in the car last year. We're in the alleyway, we're driving down the alleyway, a landscaper is there. We get stuck because another car's behind us. I got out of the car and was like, hey, can you move your car so we can, the guy starts like cussing and wanting to fight. And I'm like, my 7-year-old child is in the car here. What's going on? And I tried to actually get that guy banned from Celebration. And they said, oh, we can't ban for, individual homeowners, blah, blah, blah. But we do need some kind of,
With the pressure washing, I think had the same issue, no, recently? Somebody, I recall.
oh, yeah.
did they?
Yeah, same thing.
Oh, that was me.
No, but it's the same circumstance, right?
I called because the guy refused to
And
move.
you asked and you waited.
I asked very nicely. He refused to move. But there was a contractor this week or last week, whenever, that 623 Mulberry,
Same.
the guy was there and I asked him to move. He refused to move. And like, I would have had to back up all the way down and it was just ridiculous. And then in all honesty, I called the cops, ultimately. Not that first time, but then the second time I called the cops and I explained to him, hey, you cannot park here. And they are also parking in other people's driveways all the time, including mine. But that day, he refused to move. I left. I came back. He's still there. That was like 2 hours later. At that point, I called the cops. Cops came out and they're like, oh yeah, of course, of course. They moved. Cops left. They went right back into the street like a few hours, like it was like, I don't know how long after, a couple hours after, but they went back into the street.
Is that something that security in town could handle? If we,
I don't know who you're
Yeah,
supposed
let
to
me find
call.
out
I need
who-
to bother the cops. I don't really want to do that, but I don't know how to resolve the
Oh, we
problem.
have to understand jurisdiction, yeah, who can actually enforce it.
But a guy from Teal came out and just screamed at him because he was blocking the guy's driveway. And ultimately, the guy on Teal drove over the lawn because the guy,
Wow.
I'm thinking we issue committee baseball bats and we just kind of drag them,
And the way they would learn is if you put a car in front and back, I hate to say it on the video, but.
block him in.
They're on video now.
Oh, it's on.
But I don't know. There's nobody in Celebration to call for that.
Let me inquire.
I'm just curious how to handle
No,
it.
because we have that issue. A lot of the roads are narrow throughout Celebration. It's a common occurrence.
Yeah, but our alleys are big enough where if they just.
A little bit to allow.
There's enough room for another car to get around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All they.
Well, he could have parked in 623's
Well,
driveway.
That too.
I said, why aren't you in the driveway? He didn't want to disconnect his truck and his trailer.
You can.
And I said, disconnect your trailer, leave it in the driveway, go park in the front like the rest of us. and you'll be done. But,
Convenience.
Hey, well, thank you guys, you
Let
know,
me formally adjourn, motion to adjourn,
yes, motion adjourned.
second,
I,
all in favor. Good.
Aye.
I.
Thank you guys. I mean,
Thank you.
it's been great having